What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video, man. Okay, so today I'm reacting to a low video, but this is a video I was waiting to drop because I heard Jimmy Butler got traded. Everybody's like, ooh, Jimmy Butler to the Warriors, yada yada yada. But from what I heard, it was a 4-team trade with the Warriors, the Heat, the Jazz, and somebody else. So I want to know if that's true, and if it is, I need to know if the Jazz got more picks. Because if they did, the Jazz are cheating. But this popped up on my YouTube thing. I recommended my homepage when I opened YouTube, like the website. It said 3 minutes ago. Now it is 6 minutes ago. But yeah, man, I'm finna react to this, give my thoughts. You know, I'm eating this factory meal. This is honey mustard chicken. I don't want it to go bad, so I'm finna eat it. Factor, sponsor me. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh wait, also got some Natalie's guava lemonade. This shit hitting. Let's get into it.
Oh my God, Chad! Oh my!
Let me move my keyboard
Chad!
so I put my food down.
News just broke that the Miami Heat are finalizing a deal to send Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first-round pick. Sources tell ESPN. This
Honey
is
mustard.
major news because we've all known for quite some time now that Jimmy Butler has been constantly on the trading mill right now for various reasons. It seems like his time with the Heat has ran its course in large part because he was frustrated out there out in Miami due to the fact that they were not willing to give him the deal that he was looking for. And so there is a lot of moving pieces that's going on right now. As I'm even reporting on it right now, it's continued to break that Dennis Schroeder is headed to Utah and Kyle Anderson to Toronto as a part of
Toronto. I was gonna say Houston, cause I think I remember being a team with red, but I was like, I know damn well it ain't Houston, so I ain't gonna say shit. It was Toronto. That's what it was.
Trade. Now, as we all know, there was a bit of hesitation on Jimmy Butler being moved whatsoever to the Golden State Warriors because despite the fact that the Warriors were open to the opportunity of getting Jimmy Butler, he wasn't open to the opportunity of staying out in Golden State, my brothers. It was a whole bunch of back and forth and dispute about if Jimmy's going to sign long-term for the Warriors because it seemed as if like that was going to have to be mandatory for him to get this deal done. He was declining the opportunity of doing so, which really put a lot of speculation out there, which enforced the Warriors to kind of pick.
By the way, oh shit, that's hot. Why is that shit so spicy? By the way, at this point in time, B.I. has also been traded to the Raptors. Just a side note.
Pivot to go after Kevin Durant all throughout the last 24 to about, 36 hours. It went from KD potentially being open to the opportunity and the Warriors potentially going after Durant because how desperate and thirsty they were to Durant over the last couple of hours straight out saying, no, I'm not going to the Golden State Warriors at all. Y'all got me messed up if I was going to go to the Warriors and play alongside Draymond Green. Let's be honest with ourselves. And also, I think Steve Kerr has a lot to do with that as well. So now since that happened, the Warriors had to then pivot back to other opportunities. There was conversations about Brandon Ingram. They already swung at a miss on Zach LaVine because they pulled out on that, but there were still opportunities about Vucevic. But they kind of circled back on the idea of bringing back Jimmy Butler, and then that became the topic of discussion of where we are right now. The updated trade summary is the Golden State Warriors get Jimmy Butler, Miami Heat receive Andrew Wiggins, PJ Tucker, a first-round pick that I believe is...
What up? Y'all can't see this shit. Wait. Where did the Pistons come from? Oh, great, another young player. Oh, the Jazz only got Dennis Schroeder. Okay, they didn't get no draft capital. This is good work. Them niggas got so many goddamn picks. It's not even funny.
Protected. The Pistons received Lindy Waters III, Josh Richardson, and a second-round pick. The Jazz received Dennis Schroeder, and the Raptors received Kyle Anderson. A bunch of mid being moved around outside of Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler. Wowzer. Now, going back to the contract extension, because again, the reason why there was a hesitation of a bit of a pump fake a couple of days ago is because Jimmy Butler first was reporting that he was not going to sign a long-term deal or sign an extension with the Warriors. It seems as if like he's had a change of heart. I think a huge reason for this because he's starting to realize he's running out of options because obviously when Kevin Durant declined the idea of being moved around, there was no way in hell that he was going to be able to be moved out of Miami to any other team unless it was going back to the Warriors. So we just, in all honesty, we just spent the last 2 to 3 months pump faking all of this. Chris Haynes is breaking that the Golden State Warriors first round pick this year is top 10 protected, and then next year it's top 10 protected, and then it becomes unprotected in the following year if it is not conveyed. That's actually a really good pick for Miami. However, going back to the contract extension, Golden State Warriors contract extension. The star Jimmy Butler has agreed to a new 2-year, $121 million extension with the franchise through 2027. Sources tell Win.
Time out. That's a lot of money. Y'all telling me Jimmy Butler in 2025 is making $60.5 million a year? Type shit, Jimmy, get your bag, bro. By any means necessary.
Of course, Butler is declining his 2025-26 player option for the new $121 million deal. That is $60 million a year for Jimmy Butler for a 35, going on 36-year-old Jimmy Butler. $60 million a year from an organization that was just complaining about giving Klay Thompson a contract and was declining that, but yet now giving $60 million to Jimmy Butler. $60 million a year means that this brother will be paid more than Steph Curry next year.
When I said 60 and a half out my mouth, it made me think of the LeBron contract, because Bron signed for it was 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. But it was a lot of money, so he was making like 60 a year. I'm about to say, I ain't want to open my mouth, but I'm glad he brought it up. Because, bro, how good do y'all think Jimmy Butler is at 35? Y'all see what they saying about Steph, and he's 36. So, I don't know what you want, what you expecting, bro. Wait a minute, those contracts are kind of small. Not gonna lie. Wait.
Dollars a year means that this brother...
1, 2, 3. Moses Moody is making way too much money. Cut him now. I'm trolling. I don't know if they can cut people, but I'm saying that shit gotta go. 22, yeah, fuck no. Cool. Who is this? Kyle Anderson. Yeah, you cool for 18. Buddy Hield, overpay a fuck because you play like boo boo recently right now. Cool, he gone. Kyle Anderson's actually gone, so they dumped that contract, which is actually crazy. And then Steph's making 177. Damn, Steph's taking up a lot of cap space, but it's real. It's deserved. It's no, my fork. It's Steph Curry, so it's Steph Curry, so he gonna get that shit anyway. Don't matter. Give him a legacy contract.
The individual that you have been trying to carve out all the money in the world.
Wait, what is it?
The individual that more than Steph Curry next year. The franchise player, the face of the franchise. The individual that you have been trying to carve out all the money in the world. To put something of substance next to $60 million down the drain, down the gutter for Jimmy. Next year, $60 million for Jimmy Butler, $59.6 million for Stephen Curry, $25 million for Draymond Green, $9 million for Buddy Hield, $11 million for
Wiggins going to. I forgot it was Wiggins in the trade too. This whole contract going to
Moses Moody, and $2 million for Trey Jackson. This is actually functionally dumb, because not only do they now have to pay $60 million for Wiggins, they still have to give GP2 a contract extension. They still have to give Kuminga a contract extension, and they're lucky because B-Pods hasn't get paid yet. But they still have to give GP2 and Kuminga a contract extension while seeing an uptick with the amount of money that is committed to this roster next year. That's crazy. That's insanity. They more than doubled the amount of money they're going to pay at that position. More than doubled. Now, we can talk a little bit of basketball.
This is dumb.
Because what exactly does it
Sign Luka is crazy.
Well, it obviously is an upgrade of talent. At the forward position, where I do believe Butler's going to play, he's going to give you a lot of the same value that Wiggins was providing in terms of defense ability, but a way better shot creator, way better ball handler, passer, playmaker, somebody who's also going to be aggressive at the basket, higher.
Still not worth 60 a year, though.
If we're going to be honest with
Sorry,
ourselves,
but
it's an overall upgrade.
I love Jimmy. I was a playoff Jimmy stan. That's crazy. 60 and a half is crazy.
And the ceiling does increase for the Warriors. So if it's just the idea of adding talent to this team, congratulations. The Warriors did. The Warriors, they were able to add talent to this team. They were able to go after somebody that provided
it's not even worth low key.
Option next to Curry. They were able to address their immediate concerns. But at what cost? Well, we know the cost is $60 million. But what does this mean moving forward for the rest of the roster? I'm going to go as far as to say, Kuminga, they're probably going to sign and trade him during the offseason. I just don't see how on this roster he makes any sense. It's going to make more sense for him to get signed and trade. Right now, it's hard to move him because he's only making $7 million, but he's going to receive a contract contract extension. That right there will bring in a lot of talent to kind of fill out the rest of the roster because the roster is thin beyond this season. But right now, you have Curry at the point guard, GP2 at the 2, Butler at the 3, Draymond at the 4, and Trace Jackson Davis at the 5. It's an improvement. I'm not going to act like it's not an improvement. They did exactly what they needed to do. It does concern me about the lack of three-point shooting now. Anyone not named Curry doesn't really provide them at all whatsoever, and they've now been able to address that. This also kind of addresses some of the ball handling duties as well. Curry's been struggling with that. You know, you got a gamer, you got a dog, you got an alpha. Jimmy Butler's going to step in and do what needs to be done. I don't believe there's going to be any dog. Addresses some of the ball handling duties as well. Curry's been struggling with that. You know, you got a gamer, you got a dog.
You got a gamer, Track. Got a gamer.
And do what needs to be done. I don't believe there's going to be any problems with Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. I think both of those guys, no nonsense type of guys. I think they're going to come to each other with a lot of respect because both of them have done a lot of damage to their career over the last 48 hours, quite frankly, with Jimmy Butler playing around talking about I'm accepted and not accepted, accepted and not accepted. And news breaking that Kevin Durant potentially would have been on the table if it wasn't for the fact that Draymond ran rampant over there in Golden State over the past couple of years, and it seems as if like their relationship has not been really.
Wait, what did I say? Draymond Green blamed for Kevin Durant's Warriors not as Suns gets tempting Jimmy Butler.
Over the past couple of years, and it seems as if like their relationship has not been really and fully
Isn't Draymond the reason KD left
despite the fact that
in 2019
he's just refusing to go back
and went to Brooklyn?
So you miss out on your opportunity because of Draymond, and then Jimmy Butler over the past couple of just really months now has just been playing around with so many other franchises, and we now get to this point where they look like a team that's going in the right direction, but it's still nowhere fast. At the end of the day, a team that features Curry, Jimmy, and Draymond nowhere fast.
This is just free food for OKC Thunder's back shots. That's crazy.
At the end of the day, a team that features Curry, Jimmy, and Draymond as a
old ass team.
big three, it's a compelling one, but it makes it even more interesting with the rest
Geriatric
of the
ass
roster,
team.
right? Because
No, I'm trolling. But all jokes aside, this big three would be cool if it wasn't 2025. Like Steph, Dre, Jimmy Butler, big three in 2025 is crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
as good as those three are, and I think they're going to be really, really good, it's not enough to move the needle when the rest of your supporting cast is made up of Gary Payton II, Buddy Hield, Jonathan Kuminga, B-Pods, and Trace Jackson Davis. Like, that's not enough
Facts.
of a roster to me to really feel really, really high on who the Warriors are. Again, an upgrade, but one that's not crazy. Now, moving on to the Miami side. Miami goes back into a corner. They had very little options because Golden State, in all honesty, and we've been saying this for months now, Golden State was really the only team that was desperate enough to make this move. And the writing was on the wall for quite some time. And if the Warriors, who, again, change of events. 2 months ago, we started talking about this. The Warriors were steadfast on the idea of not trading anyone, not moving any young pieces, not making significant alterations to their roster, not compromising their future for what is currently constructed now, and certainly not making any financial commitments just for
all that shit to go out the window.
Roster. They changed their mind because how desperate
All that shit to go out the window. All that shit gone out the window.
they end up getting, and they effectively became more desperate than Miami. So Miami found themselves in a situation where Jimmy was acting a plumb fool, going crazy, telling teams not to trade for him because he wasn't going to sign, walking out of practice, being all frustrated, and it got so disturbing to what the team was trying to achieve.
Wait.
Being all frustrated.
Jimmy Butler's agent? That's crazy. That's funny.
It got so disturbing to what the team was trying to achieve that they told him to go home. We'll be fine without you until we figure out things going on. To me, that is waving the white flag. You have lost all leverage. But for them to come out of this trade with a first-round pick alongside Andrew Wiggins, to me, speaks volumes. It speaks volumes.
It does.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a W.
I'm about to say they was able to. They were able to get way more than what they were expecting to get because they waited so long. Because a lot of going back and forth, but considering what Jimmy, like all the antics and shit Jimmy was doing, they were able to still get a decent. Like, Andrew Wiggins is a good player. And a first round pick and some draft capital is great. Considering, as he said, as little leverage as they had. Considering, like, player power. Jimmy was like, nah, that's not going to happen. And Jimmy was stunting on everybody. So, he was He was pump faking, pun intended.
that Wiggins is a worse player than Jimmy Butler. But right now, you're a 500 ball club in the 6th seed, and this is
That's a 6 seed?
Jimmy
Excuse
Butler.
me?
But right now, you
500 is a 6 seed? Are we serious? We not dead ass. We're not. Are we deceased butt right now? Bro, the East is so butt. Bro, Jesus Christ. Where the Magic at? Magic diff
500
with
ball
power.
club in the 6th seed, and this is what you are receiving with Jimmy Butler so far this season. Only
I'm pretty sure 500 in, like, I think the Warriors are 500 in the West. That's like 11. No, I think it was the math. I think that's like 11 in the West. Let me check. NBA. Standings. 500 in the East gets you a 6 seed. 500 in the West. Yep, the Warriors. It was the Mavs, but now it's the Warriors. 500 exactly. If you want to go with what the he had, 25 and 20 winning percentage of 510. 510 in the West gets you 9-10 seed based on tiebreaker. 500 exactly gets you 11. You're not even in the play-in, my nigga. That's tough. I didn't know the Lakers was a 5th seed. I didn't know that either. Crazy how the Timberwolves got this ass and the Grizzlies are this good. What the fuck? Wait, the Grizzlies are at 2? Whoa, 9 losses? 73-9? Question mark? No, I'm trolling. Where the Magic at? Oh, this on the playoffs. We good. The Hawks are playing. Y'all are fucking butt. Jesus, why the Raptors so shit? Y'all still doodle. 9 wins. You have a team with 9 wins and a team with 9 losses. This shit is crazy. I didn't realize the standings were like this. Y'all niggas might be cheating. Y'all got too many draft picks, and so do you. All your starting five takes up $1 billion. Y'all might be cheating too. I'm not gonna lie. But let's continue.
in the 6th seed, and this is what you are receiving with Jimmy Butler so far this season. Only 25 games, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 54% from the field, but only attempting one three-pointer a game, shooting 36%. You're going to get the same level defender, if not better, a better three-point shooter because of the volume, and you're cutting the price point and how much money you're spending at that position. That's what you're doing. And you're doing that while retaining all your other core pieces. So because Wiggins still have only 2 more years left on his deal, next year instead of paying $52 million to Jimmy, you're now only paying $28 million to Wiggins. So that does cut how much money you're pushing out next year. But more importantly, heading into the 2027 season, you're still going to have a fairly reasonably aged Wiggins with Bam and Hero still in their 20s as well. That is a quality core 3. Now where that's going, no,
that dunk,
going absolutely.
That dunk was crazy though. I'm not gonna lie.
Core 3. Now where that's going, nowhere. It's going absolutely nowhere. But I do believe flexibility is probably the most important thing for the Heat right now, because it seems as if like sooner than later they're probably going to be moving in a direction where they're going to have to make a lot of decisions on what their roster is going to look like. I mean, that and the flexibility, movable contracts, pieces and players that people are going to want, I think that's way more valuable. Things are probably not going to work out in the best of favor for Miami in terms of what the team is going to look like in terms of playoff success, but in terms of acquiring an asset while receiving a draft pick in the process as well, that can then be moved later on down the timeline, because Wiggins is going to be able to be moved later on down the timeline for something else. I think that right there should have been a main objective, and so you basically got to pick in the process.
Bro, this game made me mad, bro. I was in Orlando. I'm pretty sure I was in Orlando. I think this was a Christmas game. I was in Orlando, and Tyler Hero won the game on a buzzer beater. I was so mad because I could have went to that game too.
For another pick as well, if you decide to blow it up and go in a different direction. Now, with that being said, I will end on this note. What exactly does this mean for the Warriors?
I was a little upset.
Postseason appearance this year. Couple things.
Nothing.
Hey, this is the reason why.
Actually, yeah, it does.
I love Anthony Davis. I love Max, as many of you all know. But this is the reason why I wasn't that high on the idea of like, oh my goodness, the Mavericks, they're going to make a deep postseason run. Because for those who don't know, the Mavericks are the 11th seed, and after this trade,
as we just saw, these two are switched.
You don't know, the Mavericks are the 11th seed, and after this trade, that's another team that's now improved. Another team that's improved, that's in front of them in the standings. And so there's a lot of ground that the Mavericks are going to have to make up if they really want to make the postseason appearance that everyone decided to sell the masses over the past couple of days. But speaking of postseason performance, let's be honest with ourselves. Those numbers that I just spat out for Jimmy Butler, does anybody in the chat believe that that's really who Jimmy Butler is as a player? I'll answer for you.
No.
Everyone knows that that's not Jimmy Butler. That's not really Jimmy Butler. Especially on a team where he's going to have another shot creator in Steph Curry, a high IQ passer and playmaker who's also a great defender in Draymond. A lot of the sets and how they play easily transferable from what he was doing in Miami to now here in Golden State.
Facts.
And I do believe
that was him selling the team because he didn't care.
If this Warriors team can make the playoffs, we're going to a whole nother level in the type of performance that we're seeing for
Playoff Jimmy plus playoff Steph?
I think that the Warriors are going to make a deep postseason run.
Hell no.
No, I don't.
What?
I do believe.
Whoa.
You know,
It will be entertaining basketball though.
Things open when you have someone like Jimmy Butler on your roster. We know what he can look like when he turns things up, and who he has been so far this season, especially over the last 5 to 7 games playing for Miami before this trade went through. He definitely ain't. That wasn't who he was to play. We know that's not who he is. And we had to keep all that in mind, and also keep in mind that as we continue to go down this timeline,
Warriors may not be done yet. Isn't the trade deadline today? Or was it technically yesterday? But like, I don't know.
Trying to maximize
I know it's soon, like really close.
Remainder part of Curry's career.
Like 1 to 2 days maybe.
Still don't think this is, obviously I don't think this is the best way to go about it. They had so many other opportunities to make so many better decisions down the line. But for a team that was on a run, that was swinging and missing every single time they stepped into the play, this has to be the only answer that you can kind of fall on.
Warriors still trash. Facts. If we win 2 games off, if we win today 2 games off the 6th seed. Excuse me? What? If we win today 2 games off the 6th seed. I mean, yeah. Considering this shit so fucking stagnant. 39, 35, 232, a 29, 228s, 225s, 325s, but a 26 because the games played difference. They're all 1 win above the losses, and then you're 500, and then 22-22, but they've played way more games. And then 12-12. Stagnant as fuck. These niggas just a bunch of fucking numbers. 41, 36, 34, 28, 27, 25, 225s, 24, 23, 22, 20, 17, 16, 12, and 9. It's so easy to, the Eastern Conference it's so easy to make the playoffs because, look, the Pistons are comp now, and the Raptors took their spot, and y'all niggas is butt, and everybody else is just mid. Free Trae Young.
I don't think the Warriors have the capability of making a deep postseason run. I don't think so at all. But I do believe the Warriors have the ability to cement themselves as a playoff team.
But yeah, that was the video. I had to watch this to make sure the Jazz weren't cheating. The Jazz still might be cheating because they got way too many picks. But they're also kind of really butt. As we saw, they're like last in the West because they're boo-boo. Wait, let's check. I don't remember. I think they were last or like 14th. Yeah, they're 14th. The Pelicans are last. Jesus fucking Christ, y'all is butt. The Spurs, they have Wemby, so they're fine. But yeah, man, I hope y'all went out to enjoy this video. It was a little on the longer side, but I had to make sure the Jazz weren't cheating. And yeah, those are my thoughts on Jimmy Butler trade. But I love y'all. I appreciate all of y'all for watching, and I'm going, y'all. Peace.